all the problem solving, there will be a contextual background. And there is a reason to have this contextual background because our achievement standard requires it to have certain kind of context to make it more connected to the real world. Here we are talking about setting up a restaurant. We are about to start a restaurant called Chicken Queen. Now what I'll do, I'll give you just the introductory idea. I'm not going to solve the whole problem because that's up to you to do it by next Wednesday. Some of the things you've got to look at before you start problem solving, initiative problem solving, we've got to read the question multiple times, not once, more than once, could be a couple of times, more than couple. And then we got to understand the real definition of the words being used. These are academic words, so sometimes we'll struggle with them. For example, with this problem-solving task, the first thing I come across is the word estimated cost. What is an estimate? It's a very important concept in mathematics because we make approximation in our real world. We never say that particular wall is 6.354 meters tall, or we do not say we had 20,434 spectators in one of the games. We roughly say we had 24,000, 23,000, and that possibly is sufficient for our daily operational life. Now, estimated cost is somewhat roughly, so eventually if you say we are going to make $23,450, that is not going to give you sensible estimate, and that will make your answer wrong. So too much of accuracy, too much of precision is not required. If you do not understand that, you will have difficulty in succeeding with this achievement standard. Then comes the word running cost. The running costs of a business are the amount of money that is regularly spent on things as salaries, heating, lighting, and rent, and so on and so forth. So that's another thing we got to be clear about. They are talking about one of the linking information we got to understand: estimated running cost. I got to write it down. Should be less than 0.8. In fact, they didn't say 0.8. I converted 80% to 0.8 to decimal of the projected sales. So quite a few important business jargons has been used. If you do not understand that, we'll have difficulty in problem solving. And now the time variable has been used in different contexts, sometimes per year, which is also annual, per annum. So we need to understand those words. Or it could be daily basis, or it could be monthly basis, or it could be weekly basis. Sorry about that. And also they are using some technical word. It's called on average, which is the typical value. It's not the actual value. It's the calculated average of certain spending or earning. So all this has to be read carefully and understood thoroughly before you start attempting the problem solving task. Now, one of the things we need to understand with any kind of business, there has to be a balance sheet, earning and spending. And that's where that connector comes in. So eventually, if we want to have a plausible, acceptable, a viable business, we got to have, we got to satisfy that particular criteria, which is estimated running cost should be less than 80% of the projected sales. So quite a few things we need to understand. So what I want you to do, I want you to set up a kind of spreadsheet, balance sheet of a business, and then work through. You have to write down in details what you are trying to do. You got to explain, I'm trying to calculate the total earning of the restaurant. So you got to go for individual calculations per month and then add it up. So for March, it's 5,500, times it by 4.50, which is average spending by the customer, and that'll give you the month of March's earning. So April 4,500 times 4.50, and then you got to add it up. And for the spending, you got to be very careful about the rate. I'm going to repeat it once again. Rate, is it per month? Is it per year? Is quite important. I'll stop there. I will leave rest of the things to your imagination, and I am certain you will do a wonderful job. I'll stop there. Thank you.